From Nia Bay, our plan was to head offshore and make our way south to San Francisco. It's a passage we figured would take us roughly a week. Within 15 minutes of leaving Nia Bay, we are greeted by a thick blanket of fog that would stick with us for most of our trip. And because of all that fog, you probably can't see the whales that just swam next to the boat. Today's day 2. We're bobbing around. It's cold, gray, and foggy, and we've got about a 6 to 8 foot swell coming from 3 different directions. So it's kind of miserable. We don't have enough wind to actually have the sails stabilize the boat. We just got the main up and we're motor sailing along just to try to stabilize us a little bit, but it's not really doing much. Yeah, it's been honestly sort of a miserable ride so far. All the things you like in an offshore passage, we haven't got any. We've basically this is the clearest visibility we've had since we've been out, but for the most part we've had really thick fog that you could hardly see past the front of the boat, and then it was night, so it was pitch black with fog that you couldn't see past the front of the boat. And now it's opened up a little bit, so we got about a quarter-mile visibility, so you can actually see the waves that are coming to hit you, which I guess is kind of nice. Yeah, none of the things you really look forward to in an offshore passage. There's been no consistent swell, no consistent breeze, and no view. So no stars at night, no sunset, no sunrise, and we didn't even get to see land as we left. So, which is one of the funnest things. So yeah, we've got almost a week to go to get to San Francisco. And we're judging some weather on the way down. There's a couple of gales just north of San Francisco that may not go away by the time we get there, so if that's the case, we'll duck in somewhere and wait them out. But for now, we are just taking what comes our way, and that's some lumps. On our second night out, just before the sun went down, the fog lifted for about 20 minutes. Well, this is the third morning. We're about 20 miles offshore from Newport, Oregon. We're going to pull in there. The sun's come out. This is actually the most sun we've seen on the whole trip, which is kind of nice. Beautiful, clear. It was pretty foggy and rainy and no visibility last night, so to get some as we're about to come in to shore is kind of a treat. We're pulling into Newport, Oregon because we're getting some funny noises from our rudder. The rudder bearing seems to be giving out or going out. It on a heavy following sea, a larger wave will kind of push the boat sideways, and it puts a lot of force on the rudder, and it sort of, the shaft is seizing for just a split second, clunks, and it's not a good thing. So we're going to pull over here and wait out weather and hopefully get that fixed. We're not sure if we'll have to pull the boat out of the water yet, but we'll find out when we get there. And it really doesn't matter what has to happen, we just need that fixed. Steering's pretty important.
Pulled into Newport thinking we could get the boat hauled to fix our steering problem. But unfortunately, we were just too tall to fit under the bridge before the haul-out yard. So we decided to fix what we could until we could get to a yard that could haul us out. Our steering system has 3 Delrin bushings. Unfortunately, the rudder has to be pulled to get them all out. But by weighting down the front of the boat, we could raise the back of the boat just enough to get the top one out without water coming in. Our hope was that if we replaced the top bushing, it would tighten up the steering enough for us to get it down the coast to San Francisco, where we could haul the boat and do the rest. Once the old bushing was out, the next step was to find a new one. And that meant crossing the bridge and a whole lot of walking.
Been gone for 3 days and we're chasing down boat parts. Welcome to the rest of our lives.
Since we were already walking around, of course we had to check out some of the sights. Brenda even made a new friend. I'm not really sure if I should be worried. With no luck trying every marine supply store in town, we decided to call it a day and do what any self-respecting mariner would do. Get some ice cream.
Ice cream. Cheers. Making our way to the machine shop. Gonna try to get our rudder bearing fabricated. More walking, because we love walking. As you can see, it's pretty foggy.
Turn right onto Southeast Marine Science Drive.
Here we are, coffee in hand, because it's still too early to be up. And off we go. Morning.
What's up?
Called and talked to somebody about having a bushing made for a rudder post.
Go back and talk to Larry, halfway back on the right.
Okay. So we just stopped at the machine shop. Said no problem. Actually gave them dimensions and the old piece. Said they'll have it done in an hour. So we're gonna go have some breakfast and then go pick up our new bushing. Pretty easy. Some breakfast.
We're gonna have some breakfast.
Bacon.
Oh, bacon. I don't even like bacon.
There's the old one and there's the new one. This one's a little oval. This one's pretty round. Hopefully it fits.
While we were busy dealing with our rudder bushing, a gale was forming just offshore. And since we had no desire to head out into a gale, that meant we had a few more days to explore the Oregon coast with our good friends from sailing vessel Mola Mola. Well, that's about it for this episode. Join us next time as we head back to sea and continue making our way south to San Francisco.